Welcome to today's news wrap up, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There you find the link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's dive into the top stories making headlines today. First up, Los Angeles is facing a crisis as wildfires continue to ravage the city. The diversity hire fire chief is pointing fingers at the city of Los Angeles for mishandling the situation. Meanwhile, Senator John Fetterman has a simple request when he visits Mar-a-Lago, and the Biden regime is set to brief Trump on anomalous health incidents possibly caused by pulsed electromagnetic or acoustic energy. That is some weird stuff. In other news, Greg Gutfeld has some choice words for Marxist Democrat Mayor Karen Bass over the LA fires, calling her a full blown idiot. Trader Joe is blasting Mark Zuckerberg for switching to a community based fact checking system, and the Trump organization is in talks to reclaim its prized Washington, D.C. hotel. Mel Gibson's Malibu home burned down while he was on Joe Rogan's show, and AOC is talking about how much she's matured in her pitch to be given more power. Yeah, right. In political news, Democrat priorities are in question as LA burns, with Newsom's meeting with the legislature about Trump proofing the state. A skilled helicopter pilot pulls off a perfect drop that may have saved homes. And Musk tells a mob of listening EU censors that free speech is the bedrock of democracy. Thank God for Elon Musk, man. I know a lot of people are upset with him and stuff right now, but he's doing some great work. Gruesome Newsom is asking Trader Joe to combat criticism over his disastrous fire response, and the lady who confronted Gavin Newsom went on with Jesse Waters. I might do a separate video on that. Body camera footage shows the New Orleans terrorist being gunned down, and Jillian Michaels calls on Gavin Newsom to resign, saying, "This is not your first rodeo." Governor DeSantis delivers a strong defense on Trump's attacks on Gavin Newsom, and Alice Weidel and Elon Musk discuss how common sense politics can save Germany. And Mel Gibson details new info about the Shroud of Turin with Joe Rogan. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, the full video of that myself. And foreigners are racing against the clock to become the last person let into the country by Trader Joe. Mayor Karen Bass demands $49 million in additional LAFD cuts 1 week before the wildfires. And CNN's legal expert explains why President Trump actually gets a nice benefit from today's sentencing. I might do a separate video on that as well. Assemblyman tells gruesome Newsom to stop trying to Trump-proof California and fireproof it instead. And Steve Bannon has some harsh words for the Bush family. Internationally, the U.S. has greeted Nicolas Maduro swearing in for a third term with a $25 million bounty amid reports of a sweeping crackdown on Venezuelan opposition. Turkey has expressed outrage at the possible French presence on the Syrian border, refusing to engage with countries hiding behind America's power. Back home, the average U.S. household budget reveals that housing, taxes, and savings accounts for nearly half of monthly expenses. In the retail sector, Macy's and Kohl's have announced the closure of 93 stores due to inflationary pressures and consumer spending challenges. In media, Fortune magazine was tricked into publishing a hit piece on Elon Musk by an internet rando, raising questions about journalistic integrity. The real cost of Facebook's now repudiated censorship is becoming clear as America's most sacred principles clash with unprecedented institutional power. In a bizarre twist, a suspect in the Trump assassination plot has complained about a lack of salt and pepper with meals and cold conditions at a Brooklyn jail. The audacity of him. Meanwhile, the debate over grain fed versus grass fed beef continues with various factors affecting taste and price. Greenland has expressed readiness to talk with Trump, stating that the status quo is no longer an option. Legal expert Turley argues that the New York legal system has indicted itself with Trump's sentencing, reviving a long dead misdemeanor with an unfounded theory. The Trump organization is in talks to reclaim its prized DC hotel. I think I already mentioned that, which became a Republican clubhouse during his pregnancy. And in California, a 1 year insurance cancellation freeze has been imposed in areas ravaged by wildfires, though some argue it's too little too late because we already know some companies already left a couple months prior to the fire. Israel, the US and the UK have launched new airstrikes in Yemen targeting Houthi leaders, with 20 Israeli Air Force jets participating in the assault. The apocalyptic wildfires in California continue to unspool, converting utopian work Democrats back into a reality based thought system. I mean, I'm being surprised on how many woke celebrities are coming out against this the Democratic administration that is running California and LA. On the financial front, stocks and bonds have slumped while the dollars jump after a hot NFP report. Oil and gold have surged with bonds and stocks purged as inflation fears resurge. And there you have it. Today's top stories in a nutshell. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.